Hi, I'm Phyllis Perry with the Bloomfield Lions Club. The Bloomfield Lions Club has been busily collecting books to donate to the Bloomfield Library, and you'll find many of them in the Laura Jean Watson collection or at the McMahon Library and some at Prosser. Today, I'm going to be reading a book entitled These Hands. This book is written by Margaret Mason. And a brief introduction to the book, it's about a grandpa, Joseph's grandpa, who could do almost anything with his hands. Almost, that is, like play piano, he could throw a curveball. But there was a time that he could not do certain things. So this is a book about overcoming racial discrimination that will inspire you, hopefully, today. Look at these hands, Joseph. Did you know these hands used to tie a triple bowline knot in 3 seconds flat? Well, I can still help a young fella learn to tie his shoes. Yes, I can. Look at these hands, Joseph. Did you know these hands used to make the ivories sing like a sparrow in springtime? Well, I can still show a young fellow how to play heart and soul. Yes, I can. Look at these hands, Joseph. Did you know these hands used to pluck the ace of spades right out of thin air? Well, I can still teach a young fellow how to do a waterfall shuffle. Yes, I can. Look at these hands, Joseph. Did you know these hands used to throw a curveball faster than a dive bombing honey? Honeybee. Well, I can still help a young fellow learn to hit a line drive. Yes, I can. Look at these hands, Joseph. Did you know these hands were not allowed to mix the bread dough in the Wonder Bread factory? Did you know these hands were not allowed to touch the bread dough in the Wonder Bread factory? These hands were not allowed to sweep the floors. They were only allowed to sweep the floors and work the line and load the trucks because the bosses said white people would not want to eat bread touched by these hands. Well, these hands joined with other hands and we wrote our petitions. And we carried our signs. And we raised our voices together. Now, any hands can mix the bread dough, no matter their color. Now, any hands can touch the bread dough, no matter their color. Yes, they can. Look at these hands, Grandpa. These hands used to not be able to tie a shoe. Or play the piano. Or shuffle the cards. Or hit the ball. Now I can do all that, plus bake a fine loaf of bread. Can I? Why, yes, you can, Joseph. Look at those hands. Those hands can do anything, anything at all in this whole wide world. Yes, you can. Hopefully you enjoyed this story today entitled These Hands. The Bloomfield Lions Club also will be reading a book entitled Marisol McDonald Doesn't Match. Hopefully you'll tune in and listen to our reading of that book. Thank you so much for listening today.
Hello, my name is Constanza Paramo, and I am a member of the Bloomfield Lions Club. I am going to be reading the book titled Marisol McDonald Doesn't Match. This read out loud is the culmination of the Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. Let's just start. Marisol McDonald doesn't match. Marisol McDonald no combina. This book is bilingual, and I will be reading both in English and Spanish. The story was written by Monica Brown. El cuento fue escrito por Monica Brown. My name is Marisol McDonald, and I don't match. At least, that's what everyone tells me. Me llamo Marisol McDonald y no combino. Al menos, eso es lo que me dicen todos. I play soccer with my cousin Tato, and he says, Marisol, your skin is brown like mine, but your hair is the color of carrots. You don't match. Actually, my hair is the color of fire, I say, and kick the ball over Tato's head and into the goal. Cuando juego al fútbol con mi primo Tato, él me dice, Marisol, tu piel es morena como la mía, pero tu pelo es de color de las zanahorias. No combinas. En realidad, mi pelo es del color del fuego. Le contesto pateando la pelota que vuela sobre su cabeza, llegando al arco. My brother says, Marisol, those pants don't match that shirt. They clash. But I love green polka dots and purple stripes. I think they go together great. Don't you? Mi hermano dice, Marisol, esos pantalones no combinan con esa blusa. Chocan. Pero a mí me encantan los lunares verdes y las rayas moradas. Creo que van muy bien juntos. ¿No crees? I also love peanut butter and jelly burritos and speak in Spanish, English, and sometimes both. Can I have a puppy? A furry, sweet perrito? I asked my parents. Por favor? Quizás, Mommy says. Maybe, Dad says, smiling and winking. También me encantan los burritos de mantequilla de maní y jalea. Y hablar español e inglés, a veces al mismo tiempo. ¿Puedo tener un perrito? ¿Un papi dulce y peludito? Le pido a mis padres, please. Quizás, dice mami. Maybe, dice dad, sonriendo y guiñando. My teacher, Miss Apple, doesn't like the way I sign my name. Marisol McDonald, she says. This does not match. At school, we learn to print and use cursive, but not at the same time. But I like the way Marisol McDonald looks. A mi maestra, la señorita Apple, no le gusta como firmo mi nombre. Marisol McDonald dice, esto no combina. En la escuela aprendemos a escribir en letra de imprenta y en cursiva, pero no a usarlas a la misma vez. Pero a mí me gusta cómo luce Marisol McDonald cuando lo escribo. At recess, Ollie and Emma want to play pirates, and Noah wants to play soccer. How about soccer playing pirates? I suggest. No way, they say. So I run off to play on the swings by myself. En el recreo, Ollie y Emma quieren jugar a los piratas, pero Noah quiere jugar al fútbol. ¿Por qué no jugamos a los piratas futbolistas? Les sugiero. ¿Por qué no? Contestan. Y me voy corriendo a los columpios a jugar sola. After recess, we have art, my favorite subject. I think my drawings surprise my friends. Después del recreo, tenemos la clase de arte, mi favorita. Creo que mis dibujos sorprenden a mis amigos. At lunch, Ollie walks over to me and scrunches his nose. A peanut butter and jelly burrito? He asks. I know, I say. It doesn't match, but it sure tastes good. Marisol, you couldn't match if you wanted to, Ollie says. Oh, yeah? I bet I can. A la hora de almuerzo, Ollie se me acerca arrugando la nariz. ¿Un burrito de mantequilla de maní y jalea? Pregunta. Ya sé, le contesto. No combina, pero es delicioso. Marisol, tú no podrías combinar aunque trataras, dice Ollie. Oh, sí, te apuesto que sí puedo. The next day, I wake up and decide that today I, Marisol McDonald, will match. It's a little hard to find clothes that are all the same color. Cuando me despierto, al día siguiente, decido que hoy Marisol McDonald va a combinar. No es fácil encontrar ropa del mismo color. I play pirates with Ollie at recess, but it's not very fun. Why can't pirates play soccer anyway? I have a regular peanut butter and jelly sandwich at lunch, and the bread tastes mushy. Juego a los piratas con Oli en el recreo, pero no me divierto mucho. ¿Por qué no pueden jugar al fútbol los piratas? Como un sándwich de mantequilla de maní y jalea a la hora del almuerzo, pero el pan sabe blando. Even art class is a little bit boring. Marisol, Miss Apple says, what's wrong? This doesn't look like your usual work. I'm trying to match, I say with a frown. Why? Asks Miss Apple. I can't think of a single good reason. Hasta la clase de arte me aburre un poco. Marisol, ¿qué sucede? Esto no parece a tus trabajos usuales, dice la señorita Apple. Estoy tratando de combinar, le contesto fruñendo el ceño. ¿Por qué? Pregunta la señorita Apple. No se me ocurre una buena razón. At the end of the day, Miss Apple hands me a note. I open it and it says, Marisol, I want you to know that I like you just the way you are, because the Marisol McDonald that I know is a creative, unique, bilingual, Peruvian, Scottish, American, soccer playing artist, and simply marvelous. Miss Jamico Apple. I skip all the way home. Al final del día, la señorita Apple me da una nota. La abro y la leo. Marisol, quiero que sepas que te aprecio tal y como eres, porque la Marisol McDonald que conozco es una artista y jugadora de fútbol peruana, escocesa, estadounidense, bilingüe, creativa, única y simplemente maravillosa. Señorita Jamiko Apple, brinco todo el camino a casa. When I wake up on Saturday, I put on my pink skirt, my polka dot skirt, my favorite hat, the one my abuelita brought me from Peru. At breakfast, I say, my name is Marisol McDonald, and I don't match because I don't want to. Bravo, says mommy. Good for you, says dad. Now, let's go to the pound and get a puppy. Cuando me despierto el sábado, me pongo mi camisa rosada con mi falda de lunares y mi sombrero favorito, el que mi abuelita me trajo de Perú. Durante el desayuno digo, me llamo Marisol McDonald y no combino porque no quiero hacerlo. Bravo, dice mami. Me alegro por ti, dice dad. Ahora, vamos a la perrera a buscar tu perrito. When we get to the pound, there are big dogs and little dogs. There are dogs with long noses and dogs with smushed faces. There are chocolate-colored puppies and smoky gray puppies, and puppies the color of caramel. How will I ever choose? Cuando llegamos a la perrera, vemos perros grandes y perros pequeños. Hay perros con hocicos largos y perros con caras chatas. Hay perritos del color del chocolate, perritos color gris, humo y perritos color caramelo. ¿Cómo escogeré el mío? Then I see him. He has one floppy ear and one pointy ear, one blue eye and one brown eye. He is beautiful. I walk over and he leaps into my lap. I cuddle him and it sounds like he purrs. I think we found just the right dog for you, Marisol, Mommy says. My puppy is perfect. He's mismatched and simply marvelous, just like me. I think I will name him Kitty. Hasta que lo veo. Tiene una oreja caída y una oreja puntiaguda, un ojo azul y uno café. Es hermoso. Camino hacia él y salta en mi falda. Lo abrazo y parece que ronroneara. Creo que hemos encontrado el perro perfecto para ti, Marisol, dice mami. Mi perrito es perfecto. Él no combina y es simplemente maravilloso, igual que yo. Creo que lo llamaré Menino. It's the end of the book. I thank you very much for listening today about this fascinating story of mismatching and how relevant the story is to today. Thank you.